counting for you again.
Good afternoon and many thanks for joining us. This is News Analysis coming to you live on Politics and Business Television Abuja. My name is Bulus Joanna Ray. The top stories. Natasha suspended for misconduct, not harassment, claims State Senate replies IPU. Stop and search. Police have rights to check women's belongings, states data PPRO. A Nigerian energy innovator wins 2025 Commonwealth Youth Award. And on business news, Dangote refinery loses 32 billion naira after petrol price cut. And on the foreign scene, Trump pledges to match EU and Canada's retaliatory tariffs. Details coming up shortly. Stay with us. The Nigerian Senate has defended its decision to suspend Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan before the Interparliamentary Union, stating that a suspension was not related to allegations of sexual harassment, but due to gross misconduct. Speaking before the IPU on Wednesday, the chairperson of the House Committee on Women Affairs and Social Development, Kafila Fubara, dismissed claims made by Akpoti-Uduaghan at a United Nations event that she was suspended for raising sexual harassment against Senate President Godswill Akpabio. Olobara said she has been mandated by the National Assembly to present a response to Akpoti-Uduaghan's speech delivered at the 69th session of the United Nations Commission on the Status of Women. And according to the Senate, Akpoti-Uduaghan was found guilty of violating Section 6, Subsection 1 and Section 6, Subsection 2 of the Senate rules, which led to her suspension. Meanwhile, the spokesperson for the Delta State Police Command, SP Bright Edafe, has defended the actions of officers who conducted a thorough search of passengers' belongings at a police checkpoint during a road trip from Benin to Owerri. The incident in question involved a lady who shared her experience in a viral video posted on Wednesday, showing officers searching boxes, luggages, and sealed waybill packages belonging to passengers, including mothers and children. The travelers were reportedly delayed for over an hour due to the extensive search, according to her. And responding to concerns raised about the search in a post via X on Thursday, Edafe stated that the police were within their rights to inspect all items, including waybills, during stop and search operations. He emphasized that such searches were necessary for security reasons and questioned whether the same scrutiny would be applied if dangerous weapons were discovered. Meanwhile, a Nigerian innovator, Stanley Anigbogu, has clinched the overall title of 2025 Commonwealth Young Person of the Year at Annual Commonwealth Youth Award for Excellence in Development Work in London. Anigbogu, who is the founder and chief executive officer of Light ED, was recognized for his transforming waste into solar innovation that provide clean energy to over 10,000 refugees in Africa. His work draws from his childhood experiences with energy poverty, according to a statement from the Commonwealth Secretariat on Wednesday. Government ministers, senior government officials, youth leaders, and other stakeholders attended the event to celebrate the achievements of young people across the Commonwealth. Scotland, being a committed advocate for the sustainable energy transition, thanked Stanley for his creative and impactful solution to multiple challenges. Well, the awards empower young changemakers aged 15 to 29 by scaling local innovations to global impact, advancing the sustainable development goals through education, entrepreneurship, sustainability, and inclusivity. And on business news, the Dangote oil refinery would lose up to 32.5 billion naira from 500 million liters stock of premium motor spirit following the recent price cut. A few days before the refinery announced a price slash, the president of the Dangote Group, Alhaji Alinko Dangote, had told newsmen that the refinery had over 500 million liters of petrol in its tanks. This revelation was made at a period the refinery was selling a liter of petrol at 890 naira. The 500 million litres of petrol will amount to 445 billion naira if sold at the old rate of 890 naira per litre. In a statement last month, the Dangote refinery announced a reduction in the ex-depot price of petrol by 65 naira from 890 naira to 825 naira per litre, effective from February 27th, being the second price reduction in the new year. However, experts have suggested that the crash in crude prices and the marginal strength naira gained lately against the dollar would help the refinery recover its losses. While you're still watching news analysis on PNB TV, we'll go on a short break and more news when we return. Welcome back, and now to foreign news. The U.S. President Donald Trump has pledged to impose more tariffs after his latest move to introduce import taxes on steel and aluminium entering the U.S. prompted retaliation from the European Union and Canada. Trump said that he would respond to the countermeasures, repeating his warning to reveal tariffs next month on countries around the world. The threat marked a further escalation of a trade war which has rattled financial markets amid concerns over the impact on the economies and consumers in many countries around the world, including the U.S. Well, on Wednesday, Trump moved forward with a plan to widen U.S. tariffs on steel and aluminium, imposing a blanket duty of 25% and ending exemptions that the U.S. had previously granted for shipments from some countries. That's followed an order earlier this month that raised levies on Chinese imports into the U.S. to at least 20%. And Trump has also threatened tariffs, which are taxes applied to goods as they enter a country, on a range of more specific items, including copper, lumber, and cars. Well, that will be all for now. Many thanks for joining us. I am Joanna Ray. Do have a wonderful day.